What's up guys, welcome to your 14th Python tutorial, and in this tutorial I'm going to be teaching you guys about methods. How exciting. So a method is pretty much something you do to an object in computer language. So it's pretty much an action that you do to like a specific object. And say you wanted to punch someone in the face, and this is just best example I got. You'd put what you wanted to do it to. So the first thing you have to write when dealing with objects and method is what you want to do the action to. So I want to do it to your face, and then you write a period, and then you write what do you want to do. I want to punch it. And then of course you have your arguments. So those are your basics for your methods. Again, this first one is called the object, what you want to do, what object you want to perform an action on. And the action is called a method, what you want to do to it. So let's go ahead and get rid of this because I don't really want to punch your face. And let's go ahead and make a simple list so I can show you guys how to use methods. Might as well name it face appropriately. And let's go ahead and set it to any numbers you want. I'll put 21, 18, 30. It can be the ages of someone maybe. Make sure that's a comma and not period. Then go ahead and create it. Make sure we have it right. Next, let me show you guys how to use methods. Now, a method is pretty much a built-in function, so you got to know what each one of them do just by the name of them. The first one I'm going to talk to you guys about is something called append, and what append means is add on to the end of. So say we want to add an element onto the end of face. Again, first you type the object, which is face, because face is a list. And now, see, it already knows. Face.append. And what this means is, alright, what do we want to do to face? We want to append an element on it. And this means add an element onto the end of it. And then the argument for this one is, alright, what element do you want to add on? 45. So go ahead and press enter, and bam. As you can see, our list of 3 elements now changed to 4 because we appended an element onto it. And again, that's pretty much just the basics of objects and methods. Again, you have a method, which is action, and all you got to do is say what object you want to apply it to. Sounds a little too easy. So let's go ahead and make a new list. I'm going to name this apples because I feel like talking about apples right now. And let's have something like bear with me here. It's going to take a little bit of time. I love apples now, something like that. And make sure these are like this right here, and this is just for an example I'm about to show you guys. And bam, create it, roasted toasted. Let's make sure we got it. Now this next thing I want to show you guys is the count method. And what the count method does is it takes an object and counts how many times your argument is in that object. So again, get your object, and mine's a list called apples. Press count, and remember, count's a built-in function. Now, what do we want to count? We can count any of these things, how many times I love apples occurs. So let's count how many times the word apple, or actually apples, occurs. Apples. Press enter. 2. And I'll show you why. Because it took the list apples. I probably shouldn't use the same word in the list, but bear with me here. It took this list and it said, alright, I'm going to search for the word apples. Nope. Nope. 1, 2. Nope. So you have 2 occurrences of the word apples. Let me show you guys what happens if you have no results. So say I love apples now. There's no word bow in there. Where do I come up with this stuff? So press enter, and it's going to search all of this, and if it can't find a result, it's going to return 0. So that's how you use the count function. And the last function I want to talk to you guys is something called extend. Now extend is a lot like append, but you can't use append with multiple values. You have to use extend when you have multiple values. So let's go ahead and make 2 little lists. 1, 2, 3. Pretty creative. And for our second list, let's have, anyone gonna guess it? 4, 5, 6. That's what I'm talking about. And that, don't mind this, I just hit the keyboard. And say we wanted to extend or pretty much add the two lists together. The first thing we need to do was what object we're working with. We're working with 1. And what do we want to do? We want to extend onto the end of it. And remember, extend's built-in function or a method. And what do we want to extend on the end of it? 2. So let's go ahead and press enter. And now once we look at 1, we now have a new and improved sequence. So that is how you use an extend. Pretty much how this works, you have your main list right here, and you have the list you want to add on to it right there. And again, object, method, argument. So that is how you use basic methods. And just to recap one more time, you have an object name, what you want to do the method to, then you have the name of the method, and then you have any arguments. So that is your basic method tutorial. Don't forget to check out my next tutorial, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you then.